Just checking in with the Heart Tribe. Wanted to see how everyone is doing. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, and we are growing heart equity. What is that? Personal, relational, and financial wealth that we obtain through authentic living. And I just wanted to get on and see how y'all are doing today. Um, I am heading to my co-working office space, I guess you could say. And I just wanted to check in with my peoples and see how y'all are doing. And while we're doing that, I don't really want to go through that way. I don't want to go through downtown. I'd much rather go through West Ashley. I mean, but then again, if I go this way, okay, yeah. So I'm out here driving. Where I don't know where you guys are. You can let me know. But I'm here in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm typically between Charleston and Orangeburg, Columbia, Atlanta. I usually be between those spaces and places doing work, growing heart equity, doing real estate and coaching and speaking and all the things, community outreach and advocacy, just things that I absolutely love doing. Um, and I really wanted to get on today because I just feel like a lot of times we just go through the day. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine about, um, you know, how I'm doing. And I said, I'm just taking it moment by moment, not day by day, moment by moment, because at any given moment throughout the day, things can change and things can shift. And I think that all too often we can get caught up and fixated on a certain type of way that something has to happen, a certain way of being, and really miss out on what's happening in the now and miss out on the present. So for me, it was important to get on today and see how you guys are doing now. And just, make sure everybody's doing okay. Make sure that everybody's doing the best they can with what they have in this present moment. Um, and as I say that, I think about being a mother. I have 3 adult children, one young adult, one teenager, and many times I'll think about when my children were younger or growing up and where I am in life now with the wisdom I have now and the experiences I've had. Sometimes I can, be tempted to be hard on myself and say things like, I should have done this and I should have done that. And, I could have been better to them than I was. Come on in. How y'all doing? Let me know where you are coming in from. Just having a little check-in and reflecting. But yeah, I could have. How would you stop a bully from bullying? Oh, that's a great question. How would you stop a from bullying? Um, I think that for me personally, I'm going to answer this question. That's a great question, by the way. James G. Um, James G looks like real or real. Um, the first thing I would do when I think about confronting a bully is I would pray. I would pray and I would ask God to guide me and to give me wisdom so that I can be able to figure out life, and how to confront the bully, right? After I pray and really seek the Lord for wisdom, then I'm going to act on what he told me. Now, a practical thing that might look like is, depending on where you are and who this bully is, there may be people around you that you can talk to and let them know about what's going on, and they can help you and they can support you. But I do believe that ultimately in life, you're going to have to confront the bully and you're going to have to stand up to the bully and, like pretty much demand your your space. Now, I want to be careful in what I'm saying because I don't know your circumstance and your situation. But I do encourage you, if you have responsible people around you that can help you and support you, I encourage you to get them involved. Don't feel like you snitching or telling anybody. Talk to somebody. Like, don't feel like you snitching or doing something wrong. Depending on where you are in life, you could feel like you're being dishonest or might not being brave. But sometimes the bravest thing you can do is ask for help. So that's one thing you can do when you are dealing with a bully. You pray, you ask for help, and then I believe that God gives us wisdom in how to deal with situations and circumstances like bullying. I've been bullied before, and I've had to stand up to bullies. I've also been bullied before where I told someone on the bully, and that particular person was able to help me navigate that situation and that circumstance. So I encourage you to, you know, I hope that helps. I'll say this. I hope that helps. Good afternoon. Welcome in. I'm just wanting to know how you guys are doing. Let me know. Let me know if that helps, James. Um, and if you want me to go a little bit more deeper, a little deeper into my thought process with that. But good afternoon to everyone. Let me know where you're coming in from. I am moving around in East Charleston, South Carolina streets. So I decided to get on and have a chat with my heart tribe and see how you guys are doing. That be my granddaughter got bullied. Play punched me in the face and I have now I'm in the hospital. So what do you? Well, it's not so much of what I want you to do, but if you went through all of that, I would encourage you to seek authorities and seek professional help. Maybe you have to press charges on this person if they're being violent like this with you. This is for James Greel, James GR3L. Um, punch me in the face. Yeah, you might have to press charges on this person. Y'all calling me Missy Elliott. Are y'all trying to be nice? Because remember, this is a kind place here, right? Me, I'm super fly. I could be Missy. I could be like Missy. I like Missy. I feel like I'm super fly. But yeah, if you got punched in the face and you're in the hospital with a concussion, it sounds like you might need to press charges on that person, and you may need to seek, you're getting physical help. You might need to seek out, mental and emotional support as well, because when we go through things like that, we do need guidance and support when we're trying to navigate how to healthily deal with that, not just physically recover, but also mentally and emotionally. So if that sounds like abuse, if what you're saying is what's happening, and I encourage you to protect yourself, get a restraining order, just kind of separate yourself from that environment. Okay, so foolishness in here. So we're going to remove you immediately. Got to get up out of here. So yeah, that's I mean, and I definitely, I pray right now that healing comes over you, that God covers and protects you, and that you're able to navigate this situation in a very healthy way, that you come out on top and you find yourself in a better situation than you were when this began. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, sometimes we get in life and we get caught up in our day to day routine, and we really do need time to reflect. And we just need someone to ask us how we're doing. And that's what I wanted to get on and do today. I know that there are trolls and people that like to get on and say mean things. I just have a zero tolerance for that. So if you're one of those people, please leave and go someplace else where that is wanted and warranted. I was talking a little earlier about now that I'm in a season of life with adult children and I also have a teenager. um, Many days when I think about my life and I think about my children, I find myself, thinking, man, I wish I had done this differently, or man, I wish, I could have gave them this or been this way when my older children were younger. And I am constantly reminded that at any given time, and this is what I really want to share with you today, at any given time, I believe that you're doing the best you can with what you have. And that's really all you can do. And if you feel like you're not doing your best, before you try to do more, I want to encourage you to really define what is good and what is best. Because a lot of times we're trying to do, and God wants us to be. You're not a human doing, you're a human being. And many times we try to operate like we're artificial intelligence or some type of robot when we really need to be in a space where we're willing to give ourselves grace and really love on ourselves the way that we need to do it. So, I just really, I just wanted to encourage you with that today. Give yourself grace. Trust the process. Watch the Lord move in your life. Stop being so hard on yourself, right? Thank you so much for showing the love. I appreciate that. And that's a celebration for all of us, right? But yeah, and that's why I was sincerely like, let me get on today and just see how y'all are doing. How's this week treating you? How has 2026 been so far? And wherever you are with, I wish I had done this and I could have done this and I should have done that, I just encourage you to give yourself some grace with that. Give yourself a break and just do the best you can with right now. Don't throw the whole day away. It's just like 12 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time. But wherever you are, make the most of that time in that moment, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to chat with you guys about today. And I hope that this was good for you because I really enjoyed it. I'm going to start coming on here and just doing our little check-ins at least once a week just to see how y'all are doing. So just keep your notification bells on so when I go live, you can know about it. We can get on and we can talk to each other about it. And if you have any other topics that you want to talk about, let me know. I definitely do not agree with bullying. And so we're going to be praying for everyone that's experiencing that, because adults and children, it doesn't matter your age. There's always a bully. I just actually had a situation where I had to deal with a bully actually not too long ago. And I dealt with that bully by, I communicated with them when I needed to, but I kind of dealt with them by being silent. And they didn't like that. And then the situation ended up, they were trying to bully someone else. And that person ended up confronting them. And the person stopped bullying. And it wasn't my place to confront them at that moment. I was like a byproduct. The bullying I was experiencing was like a byproduct of what was really needing to be addressed. And so, I just want to be clear that we don't condone bullying for children, neither do we condone that for adults. And in this community, we are all about loving one another, uplifting one another. We do hold each other accountable. We do have constructive criticism, but it is all done in love. And if it's not done in love, then it's not going to be done here. Okay? I am very serious about protecting our tribe. And so are the other members of the tribe. So just keep that in mind. I love y'all very much. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll talk to you again soon. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, signing out.